right, everybody. Welcome to the 42North 78West Sports Show. I'm your host, Sebastian. Oh my God, what a thing going on in sports. Daytona 500 road course, Buffalo Sabres news. Like, are you kidding me? Also, there's some hockey news that we'll get into, but we'll have a special guest who will explain that news later. Also, Brett Gardner, still a New York Yankee, and Carson Wentz is now an Indianapolis Colt, and we'll have some other honor mention stories at the end. Also, we're going to also do a new thing we're going to add in. We're doing Who's the Man? So we'll have a player that I'm going to give three questions, three facts about him, and we'll reveal the player at the end. We would like if you guys would go in the comments section and just give us, who do you think the player is? And then maybe we'll say, if you're the winner, you get to guess the player right, we'll give you a shout out for sure. Now, also, I am joined by Kevin and Alex.
Nice little intro today, Sebastian.
Nice.
Got the music with it today.
Hey, got
remember
it going.
this week.
Also joined by Zach. Zach, what's going on?
Great to be here another day. Happy.
Hey, good times.
Good times, great times.
So how about that race? The road course happened just not too long ago. Christopher Bell took the win there over Joey Logano. Joey Logano was chasing him down for the last lap, but brakes were too hot, but he couldn't catch him. Danny Hamlin, of course, came in third. Then after that, Kurt Busch. Now, that's a good win for Joe Gibbs' team because Christopher Bell is his first career Cup win, and because he was a champion of the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series in 2017. Zach, I know you love racing.
It's true.
What you got, man?
Ironically enough, I'm going to preface this with I fell asleep in the last 30 laps.
What?
So I had to go back and watch the highlights, but I still have some takes. My takeaways from, what I did see and then rewatching the highlights, the road course races really show the elite drivers from the mediocre ones. The experienced drivers, they really know how to get around road courses. They can knife through the field a lot better. I saw, a few drivers go from, midfield to the back up to the front within the matter of like 2 or 3 laps. They're big enough, there's enough turns, it's like I said, the experienced drivers are always better. And it showed with the top 10. Christopher Bell, obviously, that was his first win. But after that, it's all guys you know. And then there was plenty of locking the brakes. Like you were mentioning, Logano at the end. That happened a lot, and a lot of guys went off the track.
Yep.
Overshooting the turns. Right away, Michael McDowell, last week's winner, he went off the track in the first turn of the race. Just locked up the tires and went off. About Christopher Bell, a couple things real quick.
I'd add something about Christopher Bell.
Yep.
Because a lot of people are saying, like, if he's going to win his first Cup race, the last thing that we're going to think was he was going to win this race. Because, like you said, only you could tell the elite drivers are the ones at the top ones of these road races. And to give Christopher Bell his first win on this race is a really good accomplishment.
Yeah, entering today, Chase Elliott had won the last 4 road course races. Mm-hmm. So for Bell, for Bell to win, really showed that, I think he could be, the next tier driver that, can gain that experience quickly and be a good road course racer. He also was the 6th driver to win in the number 20 car. He joins Tony Stewart.
My boy.
He killed someone. Matt Kenseth.
Rip.
Joey Logano won a couple times in the number 20. Eric Jones, and then way back, Marvin Panch. And then also, Alex, didn't know if you knew because you're also a big racing fan.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is the first time since 1950 that there were 2 first-time winners in the first 2 races of the season. And Didi told me that one.
I did know that.
You did know that.
I just learned that now, actually.
Yeah. Wow. No way.
Yeah.
No,
the more you know.
We give facts around here.
Big fact.
History
Big
made.
Facts.
History made.
So, Zach, that's pretty much all about NASCAR for now. But
what we got next week, though? What's
next? Yeah, what is it? Oh man, I actually don't.
That's a good question.
I usually just keep it up like whatever race is on. I'm like, that's what it is. And then I
just figured just to
just figured out. I put on, and that's what we're doing.
They are in Homestead next week. They're in Miami at 3:30.
Nice.
Oh,
the
U is back.
The U is back. So I think that's probably wraps up our racing. Hey, Zach, I know there was not really a sports rant takeaway this day, but I know there's something you're really passionate about. You really wanted to take a little takeaway on.
If you guys haven't noticed yet, pretty much every week I've been on the show, I've worn a concert tee. I'm a big metal guy.
Yes.
And one of the bands I really like, System of a Down, they haven't came out with new music in like 15 years, and they really like to complain about each other. There's a lot of band bickering, so I'll shut up and let myself talk.
All right, but also we're gonna do our first hint on our player today. This player was drafted by the Chicago White Sox in 1985 in the Rule 5 draft. So that's your first hint for the player. But let's play the takeaway.
Welcome to the 4th edition of Zach's Take Quick. I am Zach Kamich, and System of a Down. Wake up! Wake up! It's about time that they put up or shut up. It's put out a record or stop acting like Sally's. It's been 15 years since they put out Hypnotize and Memorize in 2005, and they were great. And people thought because, it was their 5th record in just 7 years that, System's going to be putting out records right and left. Well, I'll have you know. They haven't done anything. This is now, it's 2021, and System of a Down has still not put out a record. But System of a Down really likes to complain about each other and why they haven't put out a record. And not to mention the live shows have really fallen off too. If you YouTube any System of a Down show from about, 98, 99 to about, when they put out their last record, they are so energetic. The shows are so wild. It's crazy. I was at their last show, Chicago Open Air, May 18th, 2019. They played 27 songs, which was great. They played for 2.5 hours. It was awesome. It sounded great. They looked terrible. Physically, I'm sure, whatever, they looked fine, but the stage presence just wasn't there anymore. They weren't really running around. I hope System of a Down gets their act together because it's just, they look like children. They look like 50-year-old children. It's absolutely great that they came together, put out some songs, started a fundraiser for Armenia. The links are copied right here. But other than that, just stay out of the news, please. So until next week, that was my takeaway. System, it's time.
All right, welcome back.
Bravo, Zach.
Hey, bravo.
Thank you.
I know you're passionate about your medal.
I already have next week's lined up too.
Hey, rock on, Z. Rock on.
So 10 years ago today, Terry Pegula bought the Buffalo Sabres. Also also on this date, the Ottawa Brawl happened. Another thing that also happened was Jeff Skinner was scratched. What a great turn of events. How about that?
Gotta love Ralph Kruger, don't
Gotta
you?
love him, right? Gotta love him. So I think
Sure.
we could talk about a little bit about Terry Pegula, because Matt Beauvais tweeted this little sketch right now about how the Buffalo Sabres have done for the past 10 years since he's taken up ownership.
As the Islanders just took the lead, by the way.
Oh,
Oh.
Talk
That's
about
probably-
timing.
Talk about timing.
you know,
Talk
says
about
Al.
timing.
We're having fun.
Talk about timing. Now, if you see these records, it's not so good. It is not so good. Also, yeah.
As you can see, that's a lot of losing.
It's a
really
lot.
quick while that's up there.
Who you got?
I saw another tweet that said from 1970 to 2011, the Sabres missed the playoffs 11 times. They have not made the playoffs in Terry Pegula's 9 years of
Remarkable. Hey, that 16-4-4 run though, and not even year one was fun. He had nothing to do with that. Though.
That was
I mean,
fun.
that was him taking over in February.
I think that was the last time we had fun, right?
That was the last time we had fun.
That was the last time we really had fun.
Yeah.
Because they
We-
teased us a couple times
Yeah,
with
that's-
a few 10-game winning streaks, but
Yeah, that season was, the year Roy got hurt early in the year, and Roy was on a tear to start the season, and then he got hurt and was out for the year, and we were in last place in November at one point, and then we just slowly started to gain points, get closer and closer to the playoffs, and then we went on a tear down the stretch, made the playoffs, lost in 7 to Philly in the first round, but we thought the future's bright. Hey, we got an owner that's going to spend big bucks.
Hey.
We're not gonna.
Yeah.
We don't have an owner now that's just gonna let our two best players walk for nothing in free agency.
now-
Sebastian, you're not going to stop this man.
Now
right
this
now.
was this was in the past, Alex. Let's talk about today.
They've
The problem
lost-
is,
they've
Wait,
lost-
hold on.
We're
hold
still
on a
having
minute.
problems today.
Hold
They've
on a
lost
minute.
at least 45 games 3 times in those
Oh
9
my
years.
God.
Go ahead, Sebastian.
Amazing.
That's all I
I'll,
wanted to say.
all right. Well, let's just talk about today. We're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about more Buffalo Sabres news. Well, I'll bring up more bad news. Sorry. Jack McCabe. Mike?
Jake.
Jake McCabe.
Jake McCabe. Wow, I said Jack. Jake McCabe is out for the season. Wow.
Now, that sucks.
Yeah, that does
He
suck.
was playing
That
pretty
does-
well too this year.
Can I point out that they won't say that he tore anything? Like, just tell, like, if he's going to be out so long, we know he tore his ACL. Like, come on.
So,
Like,
because
if-
they
like-
described it as I like from what I heard on the radio, because that's how I heard the news broken to me today. It's like they said, like they mentioned like ACL, MCL, and meniscus.
Right.
So like, is it just did he tear all three? Like, what was that?
Maybe
Like,
even if he tore one of these and the rest and
And
the
they're
other
just-
two were like
yeah.
even
They just threw-
partially
they just threw the
maybe
other-
strained
yeah.
or something.
They just threw the other two in there just to be like, don't make them guess which
Exactly,
one. 'Cause they
that's-
want us to know.
that's
Like,
all-
why wouldn't they want us to like?
right. That's all my point was just that it's you got to say all three and you can't really like go into specifics on it. Like he's out 8 months. Just tell us if he tore it or not.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, what? Yeah. I mean, whatever. It sucks for him because, like I said, he's been playing pretty well this year.
You're right.
And I mean, he's a free agent too this year, so he missed out on a potential, kind of increase his value going into free agency. Now he's probably going to end up maybe back here on like a cheap 1-year deal, which I'm okay with that.
At this point,
Yeah, I would be fine with that. But either way, he's probably going to end up only on a 1-year deal somewhere next year to try to reset his market for next year. But that sucks for him.
Well, we gotta talk about some big news. Why was Jeff Skinner scratched? Are we gonna talk about it while Ralph Kruger is your favorite favorite coach of the Buffalo Sabres of what is going on?
Talk about a great job. Like
talk
getting paid
about-
$9 million just to sit in the
talk
press
about
box,
it, yeah.
Like,
all you can eat buffet maybe up there.
I understand because he's not scoring. I get it.
Hey, good news. Cousins is back in the lineup.
Yeah,
Okay, give us
Cousins
some
is
news.
really good.
I will say Skinner hasn't really been producing. He's been snake bitten.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to think on the optimistic side of this and be like, okay, just take a game off. Just try to back, compose yourself, because he hasn't even been the 5-on-5 scorer that he's been. He hasn't been doing anything at all.
I mean, he's generating chances though. He just cannot bury it to save his life, which I understand. Like he's making $9 million, so he has to. He's got to score. He's got to be able to finish.
But he needs to not be playing with who he plays with when he plays.
Exactly. That's the thing that Kruger said today. He says we're going to sit him a game and hope he comes back. It comes back a stronger player. Well, what is that going to do when you're just going to bring him back and you're going to put him back with Curtis Lazar and Riley Shahan again?
What Eric's
Well, I mean,
So how is
Hey,
it going to
Curtis
help
Lazar
him?
scored
Lazar
today.
scored again. Yeah.
Yeah, you shut your mouth, Al.
You know what? I will.
I don't mind Lazar. He's just not going to. He's not going to generate offense all the time. He's not going to set Skinner up for goals.
Well, Skinner might be. Well, Skinner's not really setting him up for goals either. But Lazar's got 4 goals. His career high is 5.
Hey,
I don't have a problem with Lazar. I'm just saying.
personal
Right, but I'm
accolades.
saying like if they're playing together, maybe like Skinner's like, taking. Let me start that over. Skinner's taking the brunt of everyone. The defensemen are going over to him when he's got the puck. That leaves the other 2 open. And Lazar's just
Yeah, that's fair.
getting his chances.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, like if you're gonna get on Skinner for not scoring, you can't get on Skinner for not scoring goals.
Right.
Then in that case, because he's taken up all like you said, taking all the brunt of everything and opening up for Lazar and Shahan more.
Yeah.
But like, what I don't get is like, I understand he's making $9 million a year. He's got to score. He's got to be putting up goals. As many, no matter how many chances he generates, he's got to find a way to finish because he's making $9 million a year. But why don't you have that same energy for Kyle Pozo, who's making $6 million a year, and he's been useless this year? He's so slow out there.
Whoa.
His cap hit moves.
And
His cap hit moves to 4.25 if they taxi squad him. Bozo.
That's something.
Call him
Something.
an
It's
Uber.
something. It's not $6 million.
something.
Right.
It's not $6 million.
It's almost. It's 175.
And I hate the dog on Kyle Pozo because he seems like a great guy. From everything I've heard about him, he seems like a super nice guy. and I feel bad with what he went through a couple years ago with his terrible concussions.
Alex.
Don't get mad. But like he's just
Alex.
I don't understand it.
Alex.
What is sitting Skinner gonna do?
I don't know.
Panarin. Yeah, Panarin. Yeah. Well, actually, let me.
Panarin.
Well,
Now that's a goal.
I'll touch on this. We'll touch on it later, but we'll talk about Panarin. Yeah. Yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
What an interesting. I was like reading the story and I'm like, is this politically driven right now?
It has to be. I remember seeing Panarin put out an Instagram post. I don't know how long ago it was, but it was like against Putin, and like he's I guess he's always like spoken out against Putin,
Yeah,
and like the Kremlin and all that. And so I don't know. This doesn't really surprise me. I mean, it kind of reminds me a little bit of when Alex Mogilny came to Buffalo. Like they had to flee him out of Russia, and the KGB was following him, as the story goes. You know, they're not similar stories, but you know, like I tweeted earlier, the common denominator is the Russian government. They're absolutely wild.
Just a bizarre story.
It yeah.
So
It just doesn't
bizarre.
make any sense how it's all coming out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
Like I don't think it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's not adding up, and like I think they're just kind of screwing with them.
yeah, it's an interesting story.
I hope that's the case. 'Cause I
But
would
we
hate-
do have
know.
someone who is going to explain the story a little bit more. It is a recurring guest on ours. He was nice enough to send us a video. Mikey Saps, my man. He sent us a video. He's going to explain us a little bit more
yes.
about the story. So we're going to cut to that real quick. Now, before I cut to it real quick, we're going to give our second hint to who the player is. Our second player is the player was an all-star in 1991. So that's your next hint, but we're going to play the video now.
What's up, guys? Mikey Saps here. The guys asked me to come on today to talk about the Artemi Panarin situation that was released this morning. So, according to a Russian news article, it has come out to say that Artemi Panarin is being accused of assaulting an 18-year-old girl back in 2011 when he was playing in the KHL. He was in Latvia when this situation happened. The article even states that this could be some political views gone wrong from Panarin. We know Panarin is very vocal towards the Vladimir Putin situation. He doesn't really support him. So that's where this could be coming from. So the Rangers came out, released a statement saying that Panarin's saying that this is fake. It's not true. As of right now, Artemi Panarin will take a leave of absence from the team. Completely understandable. I just hope the situation gets resolved. The guys, on a much lighter note, the guys also asked me to come and talk about the Brett Gardner's re-signing of the New York Yankees. I love it. He's been a New York Yankee since 2008. He's been the longest tenured Yankee right now, and I think he could be used in certain situations. You know, his speed has definitely declined, but he's still a great outfielder. I think in the right situation, you can use Brett Gardner. Clint Frazier, I do want him to get more of the starts than Brett Gardner. We'll see what the sprint training looks like. But I'm happy about Brett Gardner resigning. I think he could be a catalyst for the New York Yankees, especially late in the postseason. We know what he can do. He can get on base. He has a great eye. He always have. He's still kind of quick. He's not the fastest, but he's still kind of quick. So, yeah, those are my opinion on the two situations. I appreciate you guys for letting me on, and I'll see you guys next time.
All right, I want to thank Mikey Saps for sending us that video to give us a little bit more information on this story because, you know, he's a Ranger fan, so he keeps up to date with this. Also, he also brought up about Brett Gardner. Brett Gardner re-signs with the Yankees for $4 million.
That's fine.
It's a bargain.
That's all right.
The thing is,
$4 million.
It's a bargain.
we're gonna see injuries. I mean, it's the Yankees. Injuries are inevitable. So at some point, he's gonna.
They're a team of glass.
Whoa,
At some point,
here
you're
they
gonna see
come.
him. The one thing I didn't like though is they talked about, you know, Clint Frazier starting in left field, which is what we want. But the fact that Clint's gonna still start, but Gardner's gonna see the field a lot, which is like, that's just frustrating.
Unless they move Frazier over to right, if Judge needs a day off or something like that, you know, because he's played both positions before, right? Frazier, right and left.
Yeah. He's played both. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, it could work.
I know
And Gardner could play center if Hixie needs a day off too.
Yeah,
You know.
I don't mind. I'm fine with, Gardner's gonna get, like you said, there's gonna be injuries, so I'm thinking they're looking at it as basically like they're going to kind of not protect Judge completely, but obviously they know he's had his injury problems. They're probably thinking like, yeah, we might have to spot him more days here and there. But yeah, back at $4 million, and I don't have a problem with it, especially because like Kevin pointed out, that Boone did say that Clint Frazier earned the spot in left field, so there's no competition there. That's his spot. Gardner signs knowing that he's a bench guy. He's going to come off the bench for speed, probably for some defense.
And he's a veteran.
And he's lost.
He's a veteran.
He's a veteran, definitely.
He's not as
whatever.
fast as he used to be, but
He's still
decent.
as fast as most of the other guys on the team.
He's earned his pinstripes, you know.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
earned his pinstripes.
And the guys in the locker room love him. I mean, after seeing literally after they signed him, I pretty much saw almost every player tweet about it, saying how excited they were to have him back. So obviously they love the guy, and he's great for the locker room. So
Plus, I think he'll always be a
whatever.
Yankee. I don't see him in any other. We'll see him in any other.
I
baseball
couldn't either.
uniform. So
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I think he'll always be a Yankee.
Yeah, and back to the injury point real quick. We're 10 minutes into spring training, and someone's already hurt.
Clark Smith.
Yep.
yeah,
It's like 3 to 4 weeks he's out.
yeah. I mean, at least it's not currently a guy that we're expecting to contribute right now. But the fact that you said that literally 10 minutes into spring training, and we're already dealing with something, that's not a bad sign, or not a good sign, because we obviously know how the last
Because it felt like
couple spring trainings.
yeah,
have
it
gone.
felt like the first couple days into spring training is when Severino got hurt, right last year.
Yeah.
So that's tough.
And then I think we found out by when they restarted in July for their extra spring training, that we found out hey, he's getting Tommy John, he's not playing this year.
Oof.
But yeah, the injuries
Hey,
have always been a problem.
Hey, injuries always have been a problem. And hey, Yankees, it's still close. Yankees baseball season's still close. It's it's so cold.
Sunday,
Hey, what's Sunday?
spring training games begin.
Yeah, they begin. Hey, it's good. Spring training games. I can never watch them.
That'll be fun.
Beginning of the season,
I'll
I'll watch opening day. That's what
Yeah.
I'll do.
Whenever I'm sitting at home watching
Hey.
TV and the game's on, I'll throw it on
Yeah.
and kind of have it
Hey.
in the background.
Yeah,
I try to keep, I try to look out for, interesting names.
Scroll on Twitter
And,
and stuff, and
yeah.
have it in the background.
Yeah,
Now-
I don't religiously watch every spring training
Hey.
game, but whenever it's on, I throw it on. I'm like, all right, let's see who's playing
gotta
right
hit-
now.
Absolutely.
Now we got to talk about this football news. Carson Wentz is an Indianapolis Colt. Was traded from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Finally happened.
Finally happened. Now, this is I swear, this is a lose situation for the Eagles. Now that I actually read what's going on with this, there's so many things to it. Will Carson Wentz even be successful in Indianapolis? That's for one thing. Pittman said he's not going to give him his number, but they're
heard
cool.
about that.
Said they're cool. Said they're cool. They're
Gross.
cool. And then he's back with Frank Wright. That's how when they had their Super Bowl season, Carson Wentz was under Frank Wright, so he's going to be back in a system he's going to be familiar with and what he was very successful in. Also, Eagles just got hit with a $34 million cap hit, which is a lot to get rid of a player you signed for a big extension, and now you have to take on this $34 million cap hit. But you got Jalen Hurts as your next starting quarterback, because I'm guessing they really do have the confidence in this guy. It's gonna be something.
Well, it was just a wild situation with Wentz. They talked about him and Doug Peterson wouldn't talk for 8, 9, 10 weeks at a time, and they would just you would see on the sidelines they kind of give each other glares. But I mean, I don't I think it's a good deal for the Colts, because it's they're saying basically okay, we'll give you a third and we'll give you a conditional second. If Wentz is good, that second will turn into a first. If it doesn't work out, then whatever. It's just a second round pick we lose. But he has probably one of the top 3 best offensive lines in the league now, which he had probably the worst offensive line in the league last year.
Good defense.
Good defense. The only thing that he doesn't
Good
have,
receiving core.
yeah, well, the receiving core is a little iffy right now. They have Pittman, but T.Y. Hilton's a free agent.
Oh,
I
he
think
is a free agent?
Yep.
Oh,
Zach
okay.
Yep.
Pascal's a free agent, so they got to kind of get a couple guys in there. But
Okay.
it's better than what the Eagles got going on. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I think it was definitely the best situation for Wentz to potentially end up in. Mina Kimes said it actually. When someone asked who won the trade, Mina Kimes from ESPN, she quoted, she was Carson Wentz. What? But definitely the best situation for him, like you mentioned. He's back
'cause-
with Frank Reich.
But
then-
remember, he didn't win the Super Bowl. He brought them to the Super Bowl.
No,
Oh,
he
yeah.
he brought
Remember?
them to the number 1 seed.
Brought them to the number 1 seed.
Definitely.
But Nick Foles did
Um,
finish out that season, but
yeah.
I always like to
But
think
no,
about that with Carson Wentz.
But no, I mean, he was on his way to an MVP that year with
Yeah.
Frank Reich.
Oh,
So
yeah.
definitely the best situation for him to end up in. And then the conditions, like you said,
But is he an upgrade from Phillip Rivers?
At this point of Philip Rivers' career, I think so.
yeah.
Yeah.
The potential and much higher upside for sure.
Yeah, for
as
sure.
at this point. And if like you said, like with the if the pick becomes a first, that would probably end up meaning that the Colts were a good team.
Yeah.
So that pick will be probably 25 or later. So
That's a good
I
point.
think it was worth it for the Colts. And then the Eagles, I mean, they get rid of it. Yeah,
Hey,
I mean they get rid of it long term.
Well,
it sucks. It kills them right
Yeah,
now.
but
Still,
they're probably gonna keep Jalen Hurts, but then also now there's some things that Alshon Jeffrey wants out too.
Oh, he just got cut today, actually.
Yeah, he got cut.
They
Yeah,
cleared
he
some
wants
cap
out.
for
Now
him,
he's
so.
out. So,
They cut him like an umbilical.
but
cord.
I mean, Alshon Jeffrey's he had injury problems as well. So that's that was a big reason. But if a team gets him, I think he's actually a really good thing.
I think he at least is a red zone threat.
Yeah, he's a good red zone threat. Also, we're gonna do one more honorable mention. There's a lot of Easter eggs with J.J. Watt right now. I'm gonna mention this real quick because we gotta talk about some Bills stuff real quick. J.J. Watt has posted a picture saying, what is it, New City? I think it was he was picture with the New City, and he was picture with a picture of dogs, and he's got pictures of a blue flowers, and everyone's thinking Bills because he's got blue flowers. Everyone's thinking dogs because dog pound. They think it's two teams. They think it's Cleveland or Buffalo.
People are thinking way too far into this.
I know they got
unless
I
he's
know.
really playing us. It's like wow.
Yeah, that's
Well, I mean,
it's really a lot of
I mean, literally every post he's had, I think the one post he had the I think it was the one with his wife. They were eating wings, and she had blue. They had blue and red hearts in the on the caption. So everyone's freaking out over that.
Who knows? Maybe it's his subtle way of playing us.
It
could be.
It could be baiting us. It really is.
It could be.
But we'll probably get into it more when when a story breaks of where he actually signs.
Oh, we'll get into it more.
We'll definitely get into it more. We'll definitely get into it more.
Break
Now
that bread.
we're gonna go into one more little segment of ours. Kevin, you're gonna take the stage. You're gonna take the stage.
Get ready. This is going to be a good
Get
one.
ready. This is gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a very first segment. We call it Kevin's Dadisms. So we're gonna cut to that. We're gonna give our last hint to who the player is. So our last player is, you hear his name every July. So that's your last hint. That's you hear his name every July. But we're gonna cut to. We'll be right back.
Much better. All right, kids. We're here to talk about the thermostat and why we don't touch the thermostat. I get it. It's really cold outside. I'm from New York, so right now it's 30 degrees out. But that doesn't mean we turn up the thermostat. You know why? Because turning the thermostat up means spending money. And who has to pay for that? Me. And you know what happens if we keep playing with the thermostat? I don't have any money. All right? So we're going to talk about what you do when it's cold out instead of touching the thermostat.
Cold.
What are you doing?
I'm cold.
Hi, cold. I'm Dad.
That was very funny.
But seriously, why are you touching the thermostat?
Because it's cold in here.
Well, have you ever heard of a thing called a blanket?
No.
Look alive, sport. Throw that on. How's that?
Still cold though.
All right. Watch this.
Oh. It's not that cold anymore. Thanks, Dad.
No problem, sport. Oh, sorry there. I was just resting my eyes. But there you have it though, kids. Next time you think about turning the thermostat up, just try these cool tips out.
Yo, use promo code. I don't have a promo code, but you should totally like this video though. Thank you. And welcome back. That was a skit I kind of been hyping up for a little bit. I know. I hope we got it right, Kevin. I think you were very satisfied when we made that.
I'm just excited for the other ideas we got for this skit.
Part 2.
It's more to come, so
Here
stay
we go.
tuned.
More to come.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's. Hey, I threw it in that video.
No, I know.
Oh,
I'm
no.
just saying.
Wait.
Can't say it enough.
Hey, thank you.
And remember
That's
to
enough.
put the
That is
promo
enough.
and
If
put
you
the
are-
promo code. Wait, what's the promo code?
I don't have a promo code.
Oh,
but
that's
it's okay.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
promo
Like and
code.
subscribe. Though,
Yeah, but-
like sex.
But
Promo
that's for
code,
sure.
like and subscribe.
But if anybody wants to sponsor us,
Yeah, we'll take a little.
We'll take some sponsors. Pay me to do
But
this.
yeah, for sure. If you are watching and you are not subscribed, can you please subscribe? Also, can you also give a like on this video? If anyone who is watching, please give a like on this video. It really would help us out.
We're 6 more away from cookies. Too.
6. Oh, yeah, you guys.
We want
It would help
cookies.
us out a lot. And we're going to go right into our honorable mentions of stories. I know, Kev, what's you got? I know
Well,
Michigan
The
doing
number
something.
3 Michigan Wolverines taking down the Ohio Buckeyes. So that just goes to show that Michigan is going to be ready to go in March. They're not too far behind Baylor or Gonzaga. You're going to see them in that final weekend of March.
We're ready for that Juwan Howard, Leonard Hamilton national championship this year.
Whoa.
Hey,
So
we'll take on
it's
anybody.
coming.
It's coming. Now, is there one more story? I think there was one more.
This is a big day in hockey.
Oh, it's a
Hockey
big game.
history.
Probably the
February
greatest.
22nd, 1980. Miracle on Ice.
Yep.
Yep. I got
The
it. You
Americans
got that
beat the
picture?
Soviets.
There it is.
Yep, there it is.
I got it.
4-3 in the semifinals to move on to the gold medal game,
Which they won.
which they won. And then February 22nd, 2018, Pyeongchang, China. The U.S. women beat the Canadian gold for their first gold medal since 98 Nagano. That
Get some, Canada.
Can we talk for a second about that game
That was wild.
and how awesome that game was?
That
Canada
was
goes
wild.
up 2-1, and then it was Monique Lamoureux that scored with 6 minutes left to
That-
tie it up.
Oh, yeah. She
Yep.
tied it up, yeah.
Yep. And then Jocelyn in the shootout. Maddie Rooney stopped all the Canadian shooters in the shootout. And wow, I feel like for me that's one of those I remember where I was moments. I don't know about you.
I don't. What time that was at?
It was later in the evening. It was like
Okay.
11, 12 o'clock almost.
Okay, yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. I remember watching it from home. It was wild. That shootout goal to win it was just nasty.
Just pure,
Whoa.
pure filth.
But then the Miracle on Ice. That's like top of my list of sports moments that I wish I could have been alive for.
I think I'm gonna have to watch Miracle before bed.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's on
Might
your
have
tier
to, yeah.
list. I know that's on
Might
your
have
tier
to.
list of movies, Alex.
That's-
I know.
yeah.
I know
That's it actually wasn't on that tier list, but that is my favorite movie of all time.
Oh,
That is my
Yeah.
favorite movie of all time.
okay.
So that would have been in an S tier if it was on there.
Oh.
And then the Miracle on Ice, yeah, I mean, that's the top sports moment I wish I could have
Yeah.
been alive to witness. Because it was more than just hockey. That was more than just sports. That was the Cold War and everything going on. And we took down the Soviets. The greatest upset in sports history.
It's good. Now, I think that's all it. I think we got it. Should we reveal the player that we had we were hinting all day?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's see.
Go ahead,
Wow.
Sebastian. What's
Well,
his name?
Anybody
Go
guess
ahead.
it in the comments?
Go
Anyone
ahead.
get it?
No one really.
Yeah, no one.
No one guessed? That's all right.
No.
We'll get there.
What are you gonna do?
I think
Although,
Gotta start somewhere.
Well, you know.
although,
we debuting our table cam.
real quick,
What's
no
that?
no one guessed.
Oh.
No one guessed in the comments, but I heard that you don't feed us.
I guess so.
I don't know.
I feel with cookies every
Who
50,
said that?
50
Someone,
subscribers.
someone in the
Someone
comments
did.
named Taylor Fillenworth.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, let's reveal our player. So we're debuting our table cam. This will show, of course, how who our player is, because we're going to use a baseball card that, of course, an all-star. Also, you could also see we're going to bring up Taylor again. She also made us these mugs over here, so it's a good shot of them. Also, we're going to show our player. I'm going to mess up the name, but it's what I do. And the player is your boy, Bobby. And he's still getting paid to this day.
Till 2035.
Till 2035, this boy getting paid.
Go ahead, but what's his last name? Bobby what?
Bonilla.
There you go.
Let's go. Let's
Bonilla.
go. I was about to say Bellina.
Vanilla.
I was about to say Bellina, but I was like Bonilla. But I got it.
There you go. yeah.
Fernando
I got
Tatis,
it.
who just signed his 14-year contract recently, his contract expires before the Mets have to stop paying Bonilla.
It's like, what a crazy.
Yeah, you
it's a
told
crazy-
me that
it's a
during
Yeah.
Kevin's skit, and I just laughed.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's a-
That's a $340 million deal.
yeah.
Benias is like $1 million a year.
yeah, but
Yeah,
it,
it's incredible.
I know, and he's got his own holiday too. It's every time
Yeah.
right before July 3rd and July 4th. All I hear is it's Bobby Bellina Day. It's
He
Bellina.
yeah.
Bellina.
Well, everyone over social media, making all their jokes that day, and he just sits at home, just
Gets
laughs,
his
counts
little
the money,
counts his money.
counts the money.
Jokes on
Jokes
us.
on all of
Yeah,
you,
Jokes
all
on us
over the
for that one.
Twitterverse and Facebook.
That's really funny.
That's
Oh,
that's
man.
incredible.
2035.
That must be nice.
Now,
Hate to be the Mets for that.
I think that wraps
Well, they're
up our
fine
show.
now, but
Whoa. Now, I think that wraps up our show. I think we got everything.
Oh, happy
course.
Pat Coletta Day.
Heck, Lynn.
That's
also,
right.
February
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
22nd
whoa.
is Pat Coletta Day in
Oh,
Evans.
yes.
he made his debut during the brawl.
Yes.
He was thrown out there.
Oh, that's right.
February
It's
22nd is since 2007 is Pat Coletta Day in Evans. Yes.
Huh.
So happy Pat Coletta Day.
Ottawa, bro.
That's all I got.
You got?
No longer serve you coffee anymore, Pat, but happy Coletta. Happy Pat Coletta.
He still goes through the drive-through though, because I heard him on the Instigators, and he was talking about going through Tim Hortons, and I knew the kid that he was talking about. It was AK.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I just remember the one time, it was the day after they aired that Beyond Blue and Gold about the brawl. And he was talking, and he came through drive-through, and I was like, dude, that Beyond Blue and Gold last night was awesome. He was like, oh, yeah, I was all fired up watching it. Like, yeah, dude, I loved it.
Yeah, but I think that wraps up the show. Please, if you haven't, please give a like on this video. It really helps us out. I think this is probably our best show. I firmly believe that this probably was our best show. Also, stick around. We do have one more thing. We added one more thing. This is where we make the show good. So we're gonna end this off with a little bit of a song, So I thank everyone. Also, Alex, Kevin. I think we had a great show. Zach, you had a good time.
Love you guys.
So I hope
Great
everyone
time,
has a
everyone.
good night, man.
Thank you all.
Peace. Oh, I'm not that cold anymore. Wait, thanks. Damn it. Wait.